Alright, y'all. I found the place that I'm supposed to go to meet Liren because I couldn't find it yesterday. I had to go all the way around, and then it's a whole bunch of little rocks and stuff you can walk across to get to the other side, but it's a big mountain blocking it if you go any other way. So I had to go all the way up and around across the border like I didn't want to go. I just was like, I'm gonna have to either go around or it's a pathway through. No pathway through. Alright, so wait a minute, hold on a second. Look, and they got right on that. Come on now. Why do we even have to do that to you, bro? Right. For you to be on the flow. Not the two-handed. Y'all know I only do the one-handed. I like the dual blades. So that's how we moving. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Come on. And we gonna go back over that to her. Actually, because hold on first. Iroki was one of the leading alien cities in northwest Tamriel, and they contain Merethic era relics of untold power. Search it thoroughly and bring what you find to them. Okay. Talking about nothing. Let me see what you got. Okay, a little gold. I appreciate it's a little gold. I'm finna go back up to the old girl that was sitting outside on the steps looking pitiful. Yeah. She wants some help. And it's giving no. I'm not in the mood, sis. But she was next to a book. What's that there? Tears of Anurame. Once there was a shining city, Iroki, and its princess was radiant Anurame. She was considered the envy of all the alien nobility, for her beauty, grace, and wisdom were unsurpassed. In time, she was married to the prince of a distant but great city. It was to be an alliance that spread across Tamriel. The prince was renowned for his martial prowess and stubborn honor, but he loved his new bride Anurame dearly. For a time they were happy, or at least they seemed so, but as the years whiled away, Anurame's husband was away more and more, and duty proved a poor substitute for passion. So it came to pass that Anurame took a young champion of Iroki for a lover. Strong and gleaming with youthful light and energy, Anurame's lover gave her what the old, distant prince could not, the thrill of infatuation and friendship. Anurame was careful at first to keep her affair secret lest she shame her husband, but caught up in passion's capricious winds, she became more and more reckless, and soon her dalliance was discovered. Spurned and infuriated, Anurame's husband arrayed his full army before Iroki and laid siege to the city. The princess vowed to face him with fortitude and called on her lover to muster his forces in defense of the city, which he promised he would. But when the day of battle came, her lover's forces appeared beside her husband's. His undying passion had been subverted by coin. Desperate and enraged at her lover's betrayal, Anurame called on the Daedra for help, destroying her enemies and defending her city. Mephala answered and commanded Anurame to pour all her tears into a basin. Mephala then imbued the tears with the power of the princess's hatred for her traitorous lover, hatred which had formed from the potent seeds of the princess's love. The tears, so empowered, hardened into an artifact, the tear of Anurame. When the time of battle came, Anurame took the artifact to the highest tower of the city, and as the armies raged outside the city's walls, she unleashed its power, destroying the armies and the city in the flash of an eye. All that remains of Iroki and of Anurame herself is a ruined crypt, but there have been whispers throughout the ages that the tear was not destroyed, and that it's waiting in the rubble still to be found. That is terrible. Okay. Well, I mean, she was bogus for taking the lover and he's just away on work, but was he really away on work or did he take a mistress? And if he did take a mistress, he's absolutely petty for coming down on her like he not out there doing the dirt himself. But we shall never know because they didn't give us no context. So, food for thought.
fight is it?
Okay.
He enjoys the attention.
Girl, where's you at? Because we've been on the move. I gotta get all in the nooks and crannies. Come on, man.
Light it up! Scatter!
Stop the cap. Y'all do not have me. Girl. Okay. I like the idea of the flame damage. Okay. Let's get up in this inventory. See what the main... Yeah, let's... equip that. And then that offhand, we're going to equip this. We're going to go back to the main where we got. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Oh, okay. Okay, I shouldn't have got rid of that. Okay, so I need to find 2 more one-handed so I can replace my backups, and then I'll be cooking with some fire. And let's see, we ain't got nothing else. What's going on with the daily reward? She must be up here. Oh my god. Okay.
What interest does a Dagon cult have in this place? Flee?
Do your worst, Remora. I'll tell you nothing.
I'll squeeze the knowledge out of... Damn. I forgot how fragile mortals can be. Ah, you have arrived. Excellent. I found you both mildly interesting and suitably helpful in the past. Let us endeavor to continue that streak. This Mehrunes Dagon cultist refused to answer my questions, and I may have insisted a bit too vigorously. Since last our paths crossed, I ran afoul of these Mehrunes Dagon followers. While I was investigating their activities, I ran into an obstacle. As much as it pains me to admit, but this requires a mortal's touch. I need your assistance.
Okay, get to the point.
An Imperial cache hides behind that doorway. Unfortunately, the entrance has been warded to prevent entry by anyone, including those of the Daedric. Take this amulet. I went to great trouble to acquire it. With it, you should be able to destroy the ward and open the way into the annex. The amulet should allow you to remove the ward so we may enter the concealed. I acquired a map from the Mehrunes Dagon cultists that indicates an Imperial cache is hidden inside. I saw the Dagonists use magic to temporarily disable the ward. Their power is limited, however, and the ward reasserted itself before I could follow them. Do you assume I am without resources? That I do not have connections in both the Mundus and throughout the planes of oblivion? I have given... The protective ward is deadly to Daedra. As a mortal, you are perfectly immune to any such dangers. The ward simply bars your way. As a mortal, you are immune to the harmful effects of the protective ward. As long as it is in place, however, it will prevent either of us from passing through the warded doorway. Don't the actions of the Daedric princes, when turned in this direction, always concern the fate of this particular ball of mud? The Longhouse Emperors have protected a secret for 3 generations. A secret guarded from mortals and Daedra alike that involves the Prince of Destruction? I do not think the threat could be any more clear if they painted us a picture. How remarkably narrow-minded you mortals can be. What is your definition of evil? Do I care for the lives of mortals? No. Do you care for the lives of ants that crawl beneath your feet?
See, she gotta get too deep.
Our
How you
interests
asking me
are
for help
aligned.
while you trying to shit on the human race? Like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're doing too much.
The ward has fallen. Let us see what waits inside.
Okay. Okay. It's a little secret dungeon. Okay.
I sense more wards ahead. Deal with them. I shall wait here.
Right. Well, I clear the path. The other way, but oh well. Alright, we coming around the bend, right? Sure, we're coming around the bend. Come on around.
You destroyed the wards. I felt
did.
each one shatter in turn. Well done, little mortal. Now tell me, what did you find? Let me see them. A collection of apparently mundane items, at least on the surface. But look at this scroll. It not only bears the seal of the last Longhouse Emperor, it has been ensorcelled so that it cannot be unfurled or read.
Ensorcelled.
Interesting. Architectural plans from the looks of it, and not the mundane engineering so common to your world.
Oh.
No.
Mom,
These plans
shut
include
up.
powerful Daedric elements. Some sort of vault, obviously. Strengthened and enhanced by
I
a
garnered
complex
that much
arcane matrix.
from the word
Intriguing.
schematics.
It marks a location in Grotwood,
Uh-huh.
Nay Salas, another ruin,
Okay, that's new
and
info.
perhaps another annex. I'll open a portal to take you there. Keep the amulet. It retains power enough to deal with a few more wards. While you search,
Right,
I
while
shall
I'm
try to
searching,
read the scroll.
you sit down somewhere and play librarian. Girl, whoa.
This portal will take you to Nay Salas. Raid the caches while I deal with the ensorcelled scroll.
This region is the southern heart of the Wood Elves' greatest forest. Okay. Grotwood.
Trust me, Faendil. Magical transport is the only way this many Redguard could have appeared here so suddenly. We need to cut
Halvardor.
them off before an entire army is on our doorstep.
Ne Salas Delve. The aliens who fled to Valenwood after the slave rebellion were mostly those who worshipped the Daedric princess, which was outlawed. Okay.
One more step and you get an arrow in the knee. You don't look like a cultist.
Oh. And I gotta talk to you.
Damn it all to Hermaeus Mora's nether regions.
Oh.
If you aren't one of the damn cultists and you aren't one of the Covenant soldiers, then what in the name of Oblivion's stinky armpit are you doing down here?
Man of my business.
Imperial caches? Really? That's funny. That's exactly what brought me here. But then I found this band of wood elves under
And your
assault
hair
by
look a
Covenant
mess.
soldiers and a group of
So
insane
you talking
Daedric
crazy,
cultists.
you looking crazy.
Positive you aren't one of the cultists. All right. The enemy of my enemy and all that. Just like in the Investigator Vale stories. I suppose I can trust you. For now.
I could say the
cultist answered to
same,
someone called
pigtails.
Doombringer Eshel. And he's got some kind of scholar lady at his side. Farther in, I'm guessing. The cultist leader
She
pegged
look
up
like
the
a
soldiers
dirty
and they
Wendy
just let them
sign.
wander on through.
No shade.
If you can clear a path, I'll get these wood elves out of here and then follow after you. We can meet up when you find the cultists.
Right, who
I'm
are you
just
again?
a young wood elf with a good bow and a thirst for adventure.
Oh,
I plan
no
to make a
name.
name for myself, and this seems like the perfect opportunity. Provide cracked acorns. You established adventurers don't understand. When you're starting out, it's hard to become recognized as a real hero. But that's what I want to be. Just like in the Investigator Vale and Green Hood stories. I found a journal in Black Drake Villa, a hidden refuge of the Longhouse Emperors.
Okay.
It was in some kind of code, so it took me a while to figure out what it said. Well, actually, I had someone decipher it for me. Even deciphered, the journal didn't make much sense. Emperor Leovic wrote it. Lots of crazy talk about annexes around Tamriel where he hid caches related to something he called the Emperor's Secret. I decided to investigate, so here I am.
Okay, what can you tell me
Not
about
much.
Ashiel?
I heard a few of the cultists mention his name. Said it with a mixture of awe and respect. I think they're afraid of him. I noticed that the woman scholar stayed close to the leader's side. She was explaining the history of this place.
Okay, so she probably running the show on the low-low. Okay.
Once I get these wood elves out of here, I'll catch up with you.
All right. Yeah, well, I take care of these. Okay, let's see. It's saying come on down. So come on down, I shall. Come on down, I shall. We gon' bust around this bend right here. Hold on. Now, is you up ahead or something? Yeah, say above.
On the side!
Wait, is they all fighting? Anybody over there? I know. You might as well just go ahead at this point because y'all all up on my neck. You on my companion's neck. And I knew you weren't gonna have nothing. And I knew you wasn't gonna have nothing neither. Okay, let me come on around the bend. And we done went on up the stairs. I don't want to talk to y'all. Okay, please. Oh my god. He's gonna get your little lick in. You so messy. Mind your business. And we gon' Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to corner me, bro. there we go. And y'all all can leave me alone.
The cultists. They destroyed the ward and marched right in.
Who is
This whole
this?
situation, it's gone roots up faster than a Nord eats pie. We were trying to get back to the others, avoiding the soldiers as best we could. But we ran right into the cultists. They wounded me, but I played dead. Watched the scholar lady work her magic and break the ward. They headed inside, and a wood elf slipped out of the shadows. But not one of my mates. Said her name was Everly Sharp Arrow. She made sure I wasn't bleeding too badly, and went in after the cultists.
Oh.
Don't shake any branches on my account. I just need a moment, and then I'll sneak out of this place. Can't say the same about my mates, though.
Yeah, they gone.
But if you plan to help Everly and do something about those cultists...
Yeah, he said
You
that
better
like
get
it was
moving.
nothing. I played dead. But I mean, I guess preserve your life. You know you ain't finna be able to do nothing. But still, maybe if you was still alive, they would have fought a little harder or something. Y'all could have turned the tables on them. You just said, oh, I'm gone. Take the rest of them. Don't take me. That's really wild for real. Oh, no. That was wild. Alright. Here we go. Alright, we in the nook and the crannies of the building. We finna find old girl. And we finna get her together.
Hey,
She
over
was.
here.
Oh, there you
I
go.
need to see this.
Where you at, girl? Where you at? Here you is. Let's talk to her.
What took you so long? Never
Girl,
mind,
please.
never mind. Look down there. That's the cult leader and the scholar lady I told you about.
Okay.
And that must be the Imperial cache. What can I say? I'm as fast as a leaf on the wind and silent as a shadow. I
Okay.
suggest we take different paths to that chamber, just in case. I'll meet you down there. Last one to put an arrow in the cultist is a sour gore apple.
In this journal.
That's an odd question. I was hired to find another book at Black Drake Villa and came across the journal. I was curious and I had some time, so I had the journal deciphered. Turned out to be a lot of ramblings. Emperor Leovic was either crazy or desperate. The coded message had that sort of air about it. But yes, he alluded to some end-of-the-world level stuff along with the rest of his crazy. I came here to see if there was any truth to the danger, to go along with...
Okay. Well, let's go here. I'm gonna go this way and she's gonna go the other way. We're gonna meet down there. And we gonna get on down here. That's where we need to get. We need to get on down here, man. Oh, wow. Girl, you minding my business. These big ass beetles. Come on now. Yeah, and then that's all you gotta do right there. And then they can't see you.
Deal with arrows, creepy cult lady!
Okay. Am
My
I?
arrows always strike true. Can you open that Imperial cache?
Okay. Shows
Hang on,
can.
let me try. Hey, that actually worked! Look out! Daedra!
Lower your weapon, elf. I'll confer with the other mortal after they search
What
the
did you
cache.
find? Anything interesting in there?
The wood elf.
Oh, we gotta talk to you first.
Well,
Okay.
what was inside the cache? Have we finally discovered the secret of the Longhouse? Let me take a look. Yeah, that's a code, all right. Imperial. Just like in the journal I found at Black Drake Villa.
Uh-huh.
I know someone who can decipher this. He helped me with the journal. I'm sure I can get him to translate this scroll, too.
And where he
Not
at?
far from here. Just outside Eldenroot. Just look for the camp with all the books in it. I'll meet you there.
Ew.
Let's just say I've known him for a very long time, and I trust him with my life.
Okay.
Like I said, he translated the journal I found. The one written by Emperor Leovic that led me here. Tell me why we should trust that Daedra lady, though. All right, if you say so.
Right.
I suppose
She's
if
not
she's
that
willing to
trustworthy
help, we
neither.
have to give her the
She'll
benefit of
switch
the
up
doubt.
on us for real.
I'm going to watch
But
her like a hawk, though.
we gotta work with who
You
we
never
gotta
count
work
your
with for
seeds
what we
before
gotta
they
do.
sprout,
You
my
know what I'm
great uncle
saying?
always said.
But all money ain't good money, you know. But she helped us in the last battle, so she gets a little help. She get a little aid, you know. She worked it
Now
out.
that you've satisfied the wood elf's curiosity, it's time to satisfy mine. Show me what the cache contained, little mortal. We already knew this concerned Emperor Leovic, and I cannot read those coded words. As much as this mystery intrigues me, it has also begun to bore me. If we don't solve some piece of the puzzle soon, I may just look elsewhere for entertainment. The fate of your world, little mortal, not mine.
Ooh, the
But
little
do not
brush and
fear.
rub on the
The
chest was
mortal realm
crazy.
has always amused me. I will aid you as I can, provided such efforts continue to benefit me as well.
Okay.
Alas, I cannot help decipher the Emperor's code. So, the wood elf is useful after all.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Unlike
I will
you,
open a portal to this Elden route
with your
to
nasty
expedite your
attitude
journey.
while you talking about everybody.
When the opportunity presents itself, ask the wood elf how she was able to break that ward. I sense something powerful. Not yet, but I have my finest Banekin working on it even as we speak. Go,
Not
little
them
mortal.
little imps.
Solve the mysteries before you
They a
while
trip,
I ponder
too.
the various clues
They
we've
got
pulled
shock
together.
abilities.
I will
They're
find you when one of us
troublesome.
has something new to report.
But they really only a threat in if you messing with them in droves.
This portal shall take you to Elden Root. Do not dally. I sense there's more to this mystery than the politics of emperors.
Okay, well let's get to it then. Cause right now, it's giving dry. Give me some razzle dazzle, my man.
Fred,
Give me some-
meet Baragon. Baragon, this is my friend. We've got a scroll to show you.
Everly says you have something for me to look at.
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Imperial, all right. Specifically, this is Emperor Leovic's personal code. Luckily, I know it well. Unfortunately, I don't have Leovic's signet ring. Without that, I can't decipher the code. You have a signet ring? Why, yes, this does appear to be Emperor Leovic's. At least it's one of them. He certainly loved his jewelry. So first that journal that Everly brought me, and now this. What have you and my sister gotten into this time? My younger sister, yes. I used to regale her with stories of my adventures, back before I became a scribe in Emperor Morikar's court. I worked for both him and his son Leovic. Everly says I sling words the way she looses arrows, fast and on target. Technically, I was an adventurer, then a scribe. Turned out I preferred ink and parchment to danger and daring do. Unfortunately, I think I put the wrong ideas into little Everly's head. Anyway,
And it surely is giving little Everly with the pigtails. That's why they put that on her. She a grown woman with them pigtails. That's messy. They shouldn't have did that to her. She looked crazy as hell. She supposed to be a teenager. Come on now. All right, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. Where we at? Examine the deciphered scroll. I don't see nobody no more. Okay, we're gonna go to inventory, and then we're gonna go to quest items. Where is the... I don't see the quest option. They gonna keep playing with me. Alright, whatever. I don't see the little thing where it say quest stuff. Buy materials, pay items. They don't get nothing, y'all. Wait a minute, and where was we supposed to write? Where is we supposed to go to do that? Let me go to journal. We're gonna show me on the map. Okay, so it is here. But where was we at?
Hold! I was sent for you.
Okay, and I wonder why I got put back here. We was all the way there. Wait a minute now, hold on. Okay. So it's all right there. Okay. So let's go around. First, we'll hit one of these people. Let's talk to him real quick. Repair. Okay. Oh, he can't do nothing. Find me. We're just gonna buy one, because those is expensive. Okay, and we come around here. Because they was just about to give us some
You are heading to Lost Prospect. Skip it.
tea. Okay, hold on a second. Where do we go? Does it go outside around the bake? Is there a bake? There is a bake. And go around the bake. Oh, right over here to you, navigator.
Somerset's days of isolation are over. You ought to visit someday.
Okay, I'm so confused, bro.
Somerset's days of isolation are over.
You know what? I think I'm finna have to restart the game, y'all. Because this is clearly a glitch. I can't see none of my quest stuff, and it's probably in my inventory. But I don't see it. I don't know what they own, but it's giving games being played. So I'm just gonna come back. I'm gonna refresh the game, and I'll be back, and then we're gonna finish the mission. But y'all, yeah.